Radio Free Asia reported that the outbreak of the Omicron mutant strain in Beijing is spreading rapidly daily. Radio Free Asia reported that an unnamed person quoted medical staff, saying 220,000 people had been infected in Beijing within a week. Patients were rushed to the hospital, leading to mass infection for medical staff. Caixin Weekly reported that on December 12th, thousands of cancer cases could not receive treatment, and hemodialysis patients could not be hospitalized for scheduled treatment. At the same time, hospitals across China have discovered that some people have been taking fever-reducing drugs indiscriminately or mixing Chinese and Western medicines without a doctor's advice. This has led to severe liver and kidney problems, with some people falling into a coma and needing urgent hospitalization, and some have died. State media also reported that a lung cancer patient in Beijing was booked into Peking University Cancer Hospital on November 25th for chemotherapy. However, the hospital system was shut down due to a positive COVID case, so the patient could not access treatment. The patient's family revealed that the oncology departments of many hospitals in Beijing were closed and only treated critically ill patients. He volunteered with an organization of cancer friends and discovered that thousands of cancer patients in Beijing could not receive chemotherapy due to this outbreak. Not only Beijing, a female lung cancer patient in Zhejiazhuang on November 20th fell seriously ill, but couldn't be hospitalized because of insufficient beds. 8 days later, this patient was in a life-threatening condition and taken to a higher-level hospital for emergency treatment. But 5 days later, she tested positive for COVID. A hospital posted a notice a few days ago, indicating that if non-emergency patients wait in line for treatment, the wait time has increased to 10 hours. The medical staff infected with COVID are even required to go to work. This photo shows the notice, "All pharmacists are sick. Please be tolerant," on the medicine receiving window of Beijing Haidian Hospital. At least half of the medical staff at the Central Hospital in Hebei have become infected since December 3rd. The hospital's human resources were seriously lacking, even before the outbreak. COVID patients already occupy 2/3 of the hospital's more than 1,000 beds, so they have to refuse other patients unless their lives are in danger. The packed scene at Beijing Children's Hospital can scare anyone who sees it, given the overcrowding of Chinese hospitals and the plight of the people right now. Even so, Chinese people still race to pharmacies or buy fever medicines online, leading to severe shortages and inflated prices. Some people rush to the hospital to ask the doctor to prescribe these drugs, which adds to the burden on the hospital. NetEase reported on December 13th that many shopping malls in Beijing had recently resumed business. However, one shopping mall suspended operations after being open for only a week. Xidan Shopping Center reopened on December 7th. The mall originally expected to return to normal business status soon. However, the customer flow remained limited, and the mall recognized there was no improvement in its operation. The screenshot image of the notice shows the mall announcing an operation suspension. It says that a number of factors have affected the decision, such as an increasing number of positive cases and fever cases, as well as nucleic acid testing of merchants and shopping mall management. And the average number of merchants in the building has been less than 20% in the past 2 days. The arrival rate of frontline managers is also less than 15%. The number of customers entering the mall throughout the day is very low. Consequently, the company decided to halt operations on some floors, and a notice of resumption of business will come later. It can be clearly seen that the notice was issued on December 12th. In other words, the shopping center couldn't maintain business for 1 full week. Xidan Shopping Center is situated on Beijing Xidan Commercial Street. It is a time-honored, branded department store with a history of around 70 years. Its southern building sells cosmetics, digital products, and clothes, while the northern one mostly offers sports-related products, daily necessities, and healthcare items.
日本首相岸田文雄16日召开内阁会议，敲定了3份重要的国防文件，希望从根本上增强日本的防卫能力，应对周边日趋严峻的局势。3份文件分别是新版国家安全保障战略、国家防卫战略以及防卫力整备计划， 内容明确表示，日本将拥有可攻击敌方飞弹基地的反击能力，并将中共的军事动向列为最大战略挑战，其次是北韩和俄罗斯。日本 NHK、产经新聞等媒体表示，这3份文件標誌着二戰後日本安保政策的重大轉變。
現在の中国の対外的な姿勢、あるいは軍事動向等については、我が国のこの平和と安全及び国際社会の平和と安定を確保し、法の支配に基づく国際秩序を強化する上での挑戦と認識をしております。
NHK 指出，国家安全保障战略是日本外交及安全保障政策的最高指导方针。2013年第一版将北韩列为首要挑战，新修订版本反映了日本政府对日益霸权化的中共更加谨慎。日本共同社报道，新的安保文件也指出了台湾海峡和平与稳定的重要性。日本将与同盟国及志同道合的国家加强关系，实现自由开放的印度太平洋。新唐亚太电视王冠霖、张瑞珍综合报道。
The explosion of cases in China is not due to the lifting of COVID restrictions. The explosion of cases in China had started long before any easing of the zero COVID policy.
在全国掀起一系列反对中共清零政策的抗议活动后，中共突然改变政策，在毫无计划和准备的情况下急速开放后，各地的感染人数激增。一些中共官员认为，疫情激增与取消封控有关。世卫组织突发事件规划执行主任瑞安周三反驳了这一观点，强调在北京当局取消封锁之前，病毒就已经在全国各地密集传播了。
The disease was spreading intensively.Because I believe the control measures in themselves were not stopping the disease.
瑞安认为，中国当局应该审视疫苗接种的情况。目前，中国老年人，也就是容易感染人群的疫苗接种率最低。
Are the people that need to be vaccinated adequately vaccinated with the right vaccine and the right number of doses? And when was the last time those people had a vaccine?
中共病毒爆发3年以来，中共当局一直坚持实施极端的清零风控，全国各地城市采取突然封城或静默管理，强制核酸检测、强制隔离，对有确诊病例的地区、小区极端严厉封控，甚至用木板或铁门焊死楼门。还有因封控措施而导致非正常死亡的案例比比皆是。新唐人电视台记者陈悦综合报道。
After the prevention and efforts to control the pandemic were utterly relaxed, the number of COVID cases in Beijing spiked and all hospitals were overloaded, causing severe medical shortages. However, the streets of Beijing are remarkably deserted, with very few people and vehicles, even quieter than during the lockdown. There is unverified information which partly shows that tension in the Chinese capital is spreading. A citizen familiar with the matter revealed that the number of infected people in Beijing is now tens to hundreds of thousands per day. Within a month, most people in Beijing are likely to be infected. The account Shaojing Kanhui said all working staff in Shilipu, Chaoyang District, Beijing tested positive. Beijing people are simultaneously scared, worried, and angry, saying that ordinary people are like headless flies. Sound of Hope quoted citizens' comments. How serious Beijing's situation is not the main issue. The important thing is whether they are prepared for a big outbreak or not. Now people are like headless flies running around to buy medicine to protect themselves. But the official announcement has repeatedly stated that the situation is not too serious. Who can show concern for the people? The surrounding situation, people who have not been infected are waiting to be infected. Those who have been infected want to recover. People who have recovered begin to worry about being infected again. Beijing netizens describe that it feels like the air is full of viruses and they can be infected at any time. I was talking to a friend of mine today. She is quite cautious like me. We have the following things in common. First, we rarely go out lately. Second, I never arbitrarily touch something when going out, and when coming home, I spray disinfectant and wash my hands thoroughly. Purchased items are also sprayed with disinfectants. However, since yesterday, my husband and I both have symptoms of headache, throat dry, and itching. Recently, we both went downstairs. My wife went to apartment number 711, where there were several people, including a man not wearing a mask. She saw it and ran away. I went downstairs to take out the trash, then walked on the main road for about 10 minutes without contacting anyone within 2 meters. Another risk factor is that we live in an old house and isolating the chimney from other houses is impossible. It's really hard to take precautions. Individual efforts can be said to be futile. I don't know how I got infected. I've been working from home lately. The only time I've been out in the past week was to a convenience store at the end of my residential area. I used an N95 mask and only stayed for 5 minutes. Then, on Thursday, December 8th, I felt a sore throat. My friend joked that I wouldn't get poisoned. However, I was lying on the bed the next day and couldn't get up. Beijing netizens use the phrase tragic to describe the current scene on the streets of Beijing. A video shows Wang Fujin Street in Beijing's busiest commercial center and Chaoyang district, where many vehicles pass, had become deserted. It looks like the high-end office buildings have been shut down, and the shopping malls seemed closed, as no one is there. Beijing restaurants have allowed customers to eat on the spot again, but very few people eat. There are rumors that a military compound in Beijing is under lockdown.
Oh, oh, he just crashed. Oh. Alright, we got people walking over here. I can't tell. There it is. I got all I need.